Hey, this is ASpengler and this is episode 16 of building the Outskirts of Saint Lô in Lego. Last week, first thing I started off on was finishing up this center field. Ended up getting that basically done. If I do find some more grain pieces, I will put them in because I probably could use a few more here, maybe some on the edges and stuff. So a lot of that just ended up, since I had more of the black or burnt up grain pieces, I ended up using more of those than I had originally intended to, but I think it does still look okay because the two artillery craters that are there probably would have started a fire, and so most of the field would have been burned up. So I don't think it's bad how it turned out, but it wasn't the original plan, but I think it still works, and since I'm running out of time, I'll probably just leave it as is. And then the next thing that happened last time was I built the first structure, or the first ruin for the outskirts of the city. So there's going to be about 10 buildings, and so this is the first one. And so this kind of leads to the plan for this segment. I'm going to try to get at least half of the buildings done. If I don't get half done, then we're probably in a bad situation for since there's only about 2 weeks left. So we really got to get working on these buildings. I made some bricklink orders for more bronze plates, some other parts for the buildings just in case I start to run out. One of the pieces, or two of them, were these dark gray. I hadn't really planned on using them, but then I just decided it looked a lot better with those, so I ordered some more of those, so that will carry me through. So some of these buildings I might make and then just leave out those tiles, so that's the reason that some of these tiles might get left out until the order comes in. So that's the plan. We're gonna start on this half, see how many buildings we can make, and then I'll try to get some time lapses in for the buildings just to kind of show you the process of it. And so that's the plan, and I'll go ahead, stop talking, and get work. Okay guys, coming back after a bunch of work. As you saw in the time lapses, I was doing a lot of building for the structures. The time lapse included 2 of the buildings that I ended up making. I ended up doing all of them. So we'll start on this side. I've kind of seen, as I spaced out the craters The structures more on this side are a little bit more intact. There's more artillery fire on the other side of the town. So here we've kind of just got some fairly destroyed structures. I have tiling for sand green, the medium flesh orange, dark red, and then one house that has the dark blue. So you'll see that in a variety. I tried to kind of coordinate them a little bit, so we have two of the sand green here. We have the orange and orange right here. Then we have two red, sand green, red, and then it kind of gets a little bit more mixed up on here. But I tried to at least get a few pairs in here, just because you probably see that in one of these towns. And they wouldn't go like every other different. They tended to have like on each block there'd be a similar structures. So these two were like the same layout. These two were as well. It's just some of them were more destroyed than others. And so like in the middle I had the bigger houses or businesses, and then kind of on the outsides we have some of the smaller ones. And so this definitely was the biggest building and the most intact, and so that's kind of how I did that. At the moment I kind of have everything not really having a roof, just have the roof a little completely blown off. Potentially we'll put a little bit of roof on this one that's set up for it, but all the other ones are a little destroyed, a bit too destroyed for a roof. And I don't know, I kind of ended up destroying these buildings a lot more than I was originally planning on, partly to save on pieces and partly just because I think it does actually represent what the city would actually have looked like. It was actually really destroyed, so a lot of these structures won't be livable anytime soon and are going to be pretty much completely demolished. So that's what we're seeing here. And so there's all the structures. And so kind of the plan going forward is, if you saw the Bricklink order video, the most recent one, I did get more brown plates, so I'll extend these craters a little bit more. And then after that we'll try to get some rubble going. I'm also going to add other little details, like this is just kind of an add-on that the second floor of that structure is kind of just falling off. I'll probably add something like that for more of these, just to fill in a little bit more space, add some more detail, because where would the floor have gone? Like for some of these ones, like, oh, there's a full floor here, only this is here. So I'll have to represent what happened to the rest of the pieces and stuff, so especially for one like that. And also I'll have like little partial bits of wall, like something like that, or like that, just kind of falling over, and just other little details. Also some like furniture and other like boxes and stuff like that, just to fill this place up, make it look real full and pretty busy. We'll also add some more structure and waviness into the road, but that'll also be with like the artillery craters and stuff. It'll extend more into the road, give it some more depth and texture instead of being this flat. And so we'll start seeing this to get a little bit more depth to it, a little bit more chaotic, I guess, because it's not going to look orderly. It's a blown up town, so it's going to be fairly chaotic and destroyed, so that's what we're going to really go for. So it's starting to get like that, and I'm thinking it's looking pretty good so far. So we're on the final stretch. We got a little over 2 weeks to Brickworld Chicago, so I'm gonna really have to be working hard these last couple of weeks. And so the main focus will of course be on the city, but I also do have some small details I want to add to the hedgerow still, just some different greens to add to give it a little bit more detail, but definitely going to be really focused on the city for the next week. And so yeah, the downside to this segment, this stuff did take quite a bit of time, so my goal was to get about at least half. I ended up getting all of it done, but it did take up all my building time, so this is going to be it for the segment. Another thing I've also been working on is some special shelving to transport Saint Lô. So most of you probably know this, but Saint Lô is 6 different parts. So this is half the entire mock, and this comes apart into 3 different sections. I'm making some special shelves that will be able to fit the 3 sections, like 1, 2, 3, and then we'll make 2 of those. And they're not quite done yet. I still need to paint them up. And then so that's something else I've been working on the side. Also does kind of relate to this because it's going to be what's transporting it. So that's probably something I'll show some pictures of eventually once those get done. But for now, this is all the work we got for this week. Next week, again, there's going to be a bunch of work on the city. I hope you guys enjoyed the segment. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.